to Heart Conversation. This is your host, Yolanda Mahaeng. And I just want to thank you for subscribing. Thank you so much for the comments. Thank you for the motivation and connecting with our videos. That's the most important thing. And just to remind you that this is Heart to Heart. This is for us to share our journey, to share our stories, so that we can be one, can connect with each other and relate to whatever that we're sharing, so that you can give hope, to someone who needs it, and to motivate your healing, so that you can reach your destiny and to find your joy and your love and your happiness. And today I have a guest for the very first time on Heart to Heart Conversation, to have a male guest. And it is so beautiful because when he came to and approached me, like, why do you always have women in your in your heart-to-heart conversation? And I was like, well, it's because women are the one that comes and wants to share their stories. And he said that I can share my story. So today I'm so grateful and so appreciative of you that you are here.
Thanks.
And please introduce yourself.
Oh, my name is Sultan Katambwa. Some people call me Edward.
Okay.
Edward is
That is my first time to hear that one.
Yeah, Edward is my grandfather.
Okay.
Names from Mama's side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And where you from?
I'm from Tanzania.
And
yes,
we were there once before COVID.
Yes, I remember. Yeah. I'm from Tanzania, a place called Arusha.
Mm-hmm.
Arusha is a small town in Tanzania. Yeah, that's where I grew up.
And grew up in like, I'm just thinking in Tanzania, it looks like the people there, they're always united. So
yes.
How was the household? How was your growing up, your upbringing?
I grew up at a place where you feel love. You feel love from neighbors, you feel love from everyone, and you feel home, Yeah. There's love there, we share it together, food, whatever. Yeah.
And how was mom and dad? You grew up with your siblings?
Yes, I grew up with aunties. Yeah, some of my siblings. Mom and dad, they were not together at some point.
Yeah.
So she was other side, and dad was other side. I've been everywhere.
So sometimes it will be with your mom, sometimes
Yes.
it will be with your dad.
Yes.
And your siblings.
Yes, we're close. We're close to each other. I'm a big brother from both sides.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you're the oldest.
Yes, I'm the oldest.
And
but
then
I have my elders, from family, cousin, all that.
so now you are in Cape Town. And how was the journey from Tanzania to Cape Town?
It was a great
I
one.
mean, Zanzibar is beautiful.
Beautiful, yes. It was a great one, excited to leave for the first time, to leave Tanzania, to go live other place. So it was excitement.
How old were you?
That time I was 19.
19?
I was 19.
Okay.
I came here when was the time of World Cup?
2010.
2010.
Mm.
Yes. Yeah, at that time I was 19. Yeah.
And did you know where you're going?
I didn't have a clue. I didn't know.
At the age of 19, you're leaving home, you're coming to South Africa, you don't know where you're going.
Yeah.
I mean...
Yeah, because life there turned to be, you just want to move from there, because you used to same things, same type of things, and you want to change. I wanted to change, and I spoke with my dad, but Papa, I need to go somewhere. So he agreed, said, no, you're a man, go. I can die anytime. You must go wherever you want to go. So I decided to come to South Africa. Yeah.
And you came and you arrived. What happened? Because you don't know anyone.
So a week before, I was talking to a friend from Facebook that I want to come that side. And I'm like, no, it's good, you can come, And then I pay rent. It's where things started. and I pay. He said, no, you must send a deposit, things like that. You can find you a place in Johannesburg and you can leave.
So how did you meet this person?
I met the person on Facebook.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Facebook friend. Hey, where you are? I'm in South Africa. I'm in Johannesburg. Oh, I want to come there. Oh, come. Life is good. Things. Yeah. But I was young and I trusted this person and I sent money and then he said, no, I book a place. I would fetch you at the airport. And then when I got there, start calling. No one picked up.
Okay.
And then I'm like, wow, what can I do now? I'm at this point. Is the only one I know in South Africa, so I don't know what to start. Then I used the money that I had to book a place, and from there it's history. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And you never found that person
until today. I never find the person.
So now
he blocked me, and I never see him.
Oh my goodness. So that was the bad experience about South Africa.
That was a bad experience. Yeah.
But now you survived, you got to a place, and then what was the plan?
Yeah. From that day that I called the guy at the airport and told me, and the phone was off. And is where things start to be worse. Then I spent a bit that I had on paying a place to sleep after 3 days or 4 days, and then I didn't have any money. Then I took the small phone. At that time it was a small phone. Now I start selling my stuff, clothes, shoes, because home, when you travel to another place, they make sure this one give you shoes, clothes, and your father buy you clothes, and you come with a big bag, So because I was coming to study, so they made sure that I had clothes
for school.
But things weren't worse. So I didn't think much. I took my phone because I needed cash. Then I give someone, I'll give me money. So from there, I lost contact with my family. Yeah. Then things start to be worse, Now I end up on the street, Yeah, in Johannesburg in the park there, I sleep outside for it went a month. Yeah, a month. That's how things start to be worse, Yeah.
And how did you get out of the streets?
It was tough, It was very, very tough, coming a place of love. Now you on the street of Johannesburg, you don't know anyone. You don't have a phone to contact a parent, Then I start sleeping in the garden, things like that. And one day I was, what can I do? Now it seemed like my life is going to be worse now. And on the street, you expose yourself to a lot of things. You meet people, you meet friends, you meet people who introduce you to a lot of stuff. People who telling you, I will help you this, I will do this. So from there, life became tough. So one day after a month, I was there. It was cold there. Cold, sleeping outside, and the clothes that I had, some people took it, those people on the street for long. If they saw me with something, why do you dress like this? They're taking. They're chasing on the road, they're chasing you to place. You must pay them to stay on the street. You can't just go and say, I'm going to live on the street. They're going to chase you.
Because that's their territory.
Yeah, there's a different team each street. So life became tough. I'm like, I need to go back. But I didn't know how can I go back home. And my family didn't also know what's going through. Yeah, I didn't know English much. I was just struggling with a bit of English that I know in Tanzania. So, yeah. So one day after a month, I was on the street. So there was this guy, it's a garden that people used to cross and go to other side, inside the garden. So there was this guy who used to see me, on the road. He used to see me on the road. You know, you don't have a food. At some point, you need to ask someone, can you please give me 2 rand? That time, 2 rand in 2010, 2 rand was a money you buy peanuts, you buy knickknacks. Yeah, so you survive like that. Because I was still proud, like I don't want to eat these things from
Because
even
you
the
used
food.
to the comfort
Yes,
food from
even
home.
the food that they come, they share. You know, I was like, oh, it's not. I don't want to eat this. Yeah, that is. This guy saw me. He used to see me crossing. When he go to work in the morning, he used to see me there. It's like, no. One day he approached me and say, how are you? I'm good. Something different about you. You're not used to this life. And then I also didn't want to share much, you know. I'm someone who like to think, you know, to keep things for myself before I share. I didn't want to. I'm like, but why you always asking me this question? Yeah, because on the street, you don't let anyone. Some people go in, I don't want to go in details there. Some people come an idea of helping you, but they want something else. You know, they want to introduce you to some certain type of life that is not you, you know. Yeah, I know you know what I mean. You know, when people want to introduce you to some life that I don't want to mention, so that I think like, no, I don't want to go for this life because you want to help, and then you want to take advantage and introduce me to this. So I was now close. I didn't want to share or tell people that I'm struggling in this. So I told this guy, can you leave me alone? If you don't want to help me, I don't want to share anything. I said, no, I want to help you. I'm not like everyone.
I'm just thinking that in that guy's mind, like, hey, you're on the street, but you still have pride.
Yes, yeah. It's like, yeah, people use, no, you're on the street, I want to help. I want to help. I'm like, no, I don't want people to help now because people are asking me things that I don't like. Yeah, you know, when you're 19, you're still thinking of yourself. So this is not my life. I see my life there. I have, you know, that confidence.
Dreams.
Like, yeah. So next day, he used to come and no, talk to me. I wanna help you. This life is not yours.
Was it an old man?
Trust me. It was a colored guy. Yeah, I was 19. I was around 32 something.
Okay.
Like yeah.
At least he was matured.
Yeah, but you know, as a black person, when you see other person, you're like, oh, who are you? You know, I don't want to tell you anything. You know, maybe you will take my life, my story, and you know, when you're young, there's a lot of things.
You're thinking.
Yeah. So I end up, because he insists, tell me, I want to help you. I'm not like all those guys, all those people that you're thinking. I end up opening to him. Is where he took me now to his place. So let's go to my place. I wanna give you food. I wanna just wash us because you said you haven't washed for a few days. I mean, yeah, was a great guy. Wasn't like other guys. Was a great guy. He's someone who, I think, someone who changed my life from there. Otherwise, I couldn't know. I could be on street in Johannesburg, you know. Yeah. So he advised me, he motivated me, he helped me. First of all, you need to go study English. So I stayed there 2 months, and then they asked him to move there to Cape Town to work. It's where I end up with him here
in Cape Town.
And he's like, no, I don't want to leave you here. I also haven't been in Cape Town to stay. I've been there for holiday, but now I'm going to live there and work there. So
he left with you.
Then he's like,
angel sent.
Yes, very, very good guy, like a brother to me. You know? Then we came to Cape Town. That was after, let's say, 4 months. Yeah. I came from and I end up in Cape Town. Yeah, that's the life started there. You know, I was study went to school, you know, all of that. Start working. Where he went, they didn't allow him to bring other person.
Okay.
And then he's like, I try my best. I'm like, yes, you try your best. And then I need to find myself. And I start working, you know, I was working more, get more, you know, the parking cars.
Parking, those
Yes,
parking marshals.
they give you some small money, and then you keep on pocket, and then starting sharing a room with someone. But and then I moved from there. I find another job, a security job, you know. That was in Wellington, you know, in the farm, you know, sleeping there, keeping, you know, you look after animals.
Okay.
So it's raining, there's not even a place to, you know, that was another challenge. Then I'm like, let me take this. Starting now, went to school, went to university. I studied in UWC.
UWC.
Yeah, so I went there, started studying, and I changed the job to another one, a restaurant. After school, I go work in there where you close to Bayside Mall at Spare.
Wow.
I worked there, you know. Yeah, that was the life.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you studied and you finished studying.
I finished, graduated, and then
with the money that you were working for.
The money, no one pay. I pay for my study. I pay for my study, and with the small money that I used to get at restaurant, those tips. First security. The car cards money helped me for food and to find myself, to rent. Then I changed that job to a security. That security helped me to, you know, to study, to register and study now and pay some of the money. And then it was tough to do security, to sleep at night, to do night shift and then study. And then I find now a job after school, you know. I started like 4.
You were at Res?
Yeah.
Were you staying at Res?
Yeah, I was at Res. I was at Res somewhere. Then from there I start, you know, working at a restaurant and raise those money and paying slowly until I was done with study.
Wow.
Yeah, but all of that it wasn't easy. It was very tough. Very tough. When I say tough, it was tough. But one thing, it was I motivate myself. You know, anything that you can do is just having hope. Hope is something that you shouldn't let it go. No matter the circumstance, no matter the challenge, you must always have hope and believing in you. I believed in myself more. I motivate myself more, just to let myself, you know, in the right path, doing right things. Yeah, but it was tough. You know, when people are telling you, hey, you, other foreigner, are you going to make it? Are you crazy? You know, you find a shortcut to make money. But I'm like, no, I don't want to destroy my life. I would rather survive the small that I have instead of taking a shortcut, doing wrong things. You know? Yeah.
But how did you feel like being told that you are a foreigner, you are in this country, whereas you know in yourself that you've been working so hard to be where you are and you knew what you wanted?
Yeah, actually, I know people are talking about South Africa in other way, like you know, a lot of things. But I have a positive story about South Africa. Because people who helped me, it's not even foreigner, but people who helped me, who advised me, who helped me to study, even to move from that life on the street in Johannesburg to here. I can say all of them are South African.
Wow.
Yeah, people who helped me. I appreciate that. I can't say anything wrong, and no one told me, oh, you're a foreigner, or you can't do this. No, I've been always find help. You know, wherever you go, I knock the door, and then always find a South African person who will help you. You know, I will help you. I will help you to do this. Yeah.
And then how did you get hold of your family? Because right now, I mean, you lost your phone, the contact with contacts, and how did you get hold of your mom and your dad?
The time that guy took me to his place is the one who did his best to make me link to my family again, to find my family through Facebook and contact them. Yeah, and he bought me a phone. That's how life changed. I came to link to my family again.
And then the life now went on working. And how was the life now after now you've done studying, you're working now? How was life? How is life?
Now life is much better comparing to before. It's much better, but still moving and try to see the next step. How can I make it in other way? But life has changed and in good way. Still a process, you know. I can't say I made it, or I can't say life is good now, you know. I can't say that. There's still a challenge somehow. Still a challenge because you want to achieve things, and then you must go through a challenge before achieving. Until now, life is better, but still a challenge.
But did you forgive yourself? Because I'm sure during the time of losing everything, probably you blamed yourself somehow, or you had regrets. How did you handle the journey that took you from where you were and until now?
I've been blaming myself for some certain things, you know, that I was exposed to. I don't say I didn't do some certain things, you know. When you're hungry, you lie to get food, you know. When you need money, you're trying to get money. Somehow I regret of moving from Tanzania to South Africa that time. But now I understand like it was a destiny, a destiny to an achievement somehow. Yeah, because all in life, all of us, we have our destiny, and our destiny is not also easy. It's a process. Destiny is a process, it's a challenge. So to get to there where God sees you, you need to take a challenge, you know. Yeah, and from there I forgive myself, you know. If I don't forgive myself, who else? Yeah, I forgive myself.
And how's your mom and dad?
They're fine. They're proud of me. Proud of me. Some little achievement that I made, and they're proud. My father passed.
Okay.
So I only have my mom now. So they're proud of me somehow. Yeah.
So now you are the man of the house, taking care of your family.
Yes. Then I'm like, no, I don't wanna mess up my life, you know. There and there, I must get married.
Okay, you got enjoy the juicy parts of the beautiful side of marriage.
Yes. Then I got married. Proud of myself as a black person, you know, a foreigner person, you know. You raise your money and you pay the baller, you know, all of that. I'm proud of myself because it's tough. It's tough for other people. But we all have our time. God got time for everyone, you know. Yeah. How I made it to the married, I can see I can see it's God who wanted things to be like that. Yeah.
And now I'm looking at how you were raised and now being a married man. So what are the things that you think you need to change, or things that you need to emphasize on? Because I mean, you're coming from a family where your mom was on this side, your dad was on this side. So you've never experienced the family love of two parents being together and you as a child experiencing that love. But now being a husband, now how it is? Like, what are the things that you told yourself that you need to emphasize on?
Before, it was scary even to get myself in the married, because you feel like I don't want to go through this. You feel like what I went through, it would be the same case. Maybe if I had kids, one parent are divorced, sometimes you think a lot of things come in your mind, like I don't want to get married, come to this point, like I don't want to get married because the way papa and mama, I don't like that. Yeah, but I changed that in other way, that now I don't want my kid to go through
The same thing
that I went, which means I need to look after my marriage and and pray for it. Yeah, but very good experience. We still new in the married. Very good experience.
And how excited are you?
I'm so excited. It's a new life that I was missing out.
Okay.
Got married years ago.
Yeah,
which I tried before and it didn't work. As we're talking about destiny, God got a plan for us. Then this one is working, and going to keep.
So did you learn from the previous marriage, and now you try by all means to see this one is different? So how different would it be?
I learned a lot from the previous one. I learned a lot, and I now know what change I know now with this one. Whether that experience will help me to build this one very, very strong. Yeah.
And treating your wife?
Yeah, treating my wife as a queen, a black African queen. Yeah.
Cause she's treating you like a king.
Yeah, no, she always make me a king and feel like I'm a really king.
That is so beautiful.
Yeah.
So what can you share to someone who is coming from a different country, who is still maybe in a dark place, in a dark place, and doesn't have hope of where am I going, if I'm gonna survive, if I'm gonna make it, because that, like in just in life, just general in life, doesn't have to be anyone else, but others, they don't make it, because we all go through a fire of challenges where we are just consumed by everything that is around us, but others, they go through the fire and they make it just like you did, and you are still pushing, through to make sure that you get to where you want to be. But there is someone who is there who's saying that I'm in this fire and I don't think I'm gonna make it. So what would you say?
I'll say to them, first of all, you need to believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Have hope, If you don't believe in yourself, if you don't have hope, you won't make it.
Sure.
In struggles, in challenge, in whatever life you are, have hope. In your bed doing, make a decision, Without a decision, you will destroy your life, In some point, we all did bad, growing up. But you come to a decision, no, this one will destroy me. What can I do? You make a right decision.
Yeah.
And then you move on. You love yourself, You love yourself more, you motivate yourself. You don't need anyone else to motivate. I've been motivating myself, more. I will make it. This life is not my life. Things will change, Through challenge, there's a life, Destiny come with a challenge. There's no one who make it or become better without challenge. We all go through challenges until now, until we make it now. Yes.
Wow.
That's what I can say. believe in yourself, have hope, motivate yourself, stop the wrongdoing, change. Change comes from yourself, you know. I must change for a better, yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you. You know, I'm just thinking and just reflecting, the learnings, the takings from what you have shared, you know, is holding on to something.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm just thinking of the time when you were on the streets. I mean, I'm sure days were long.
Exactly.
You know, days were long and nights were long, because you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. But there was something, there was hope that you had.
Yeah.
You know, you held on, knowing that one day, you know, and you make a small prayer, you know, but someone came.
Yeah, someone
Came, you know, so an answer came through it all. So I'm just taking, you know, and you're pushing and making sure that you don't lose the battle. You know,
Yes.
you fought right through, and I'm sure, I'm just thinking the fact that that guy, when the first guy that came to help you, you know, I'm sure you had doubts, but you thought, you know what?
Yeah.
What's the point of holding on to something that I don't know?
Give
Let me
it a
just
chance.
you give it a chance. You know, so in life, there are moments where you have to take a risk.
Exactly.
You have to take a risk in
be responsible.
being responsible of the choice that you have made, you know, because you took a decision to come to South Africa where you knew that you didn't know anyone, you know, so you had to stand on the decision that you have made, you know. So it's in life generally, it doesn't even have to be the same situation that you were in, but in life, whatever decision that you took, you have to stand on it. You know, because you made that decision with a plan. You cannot make a decision without a plan. You know, you had a plan that when I get to South Africa, this is what I need to do. You know, I need to study. But there are things that we foresee. You know, there are things that we foresee. There are things that we cannot control. But whatever that you needed to control was yourself.
Yes.
You know, making a decision. And a right decision. Exactly. That whatever came, when people came to try to test you, but you stood by your word. You know, that's what I loved on the story. Yes, and I thank you for that. And I pray that, you know, whoever that needs this takes, you know, some notes of how do you get to where you want to be. You know, that no one else will help you but you. Taking a risk and a chance. You know?
Also, we need to be a solution for others. I learn a lot. If that guy didn't help me, don't know. I know it's God. We need to be a solution for other people.
Yeah.
You know, God can only act through us to say someone else, hey, this situation is not yours. I want you to be like this, and you need also to listen.
Sure.
Yeah. Need to listen. If someone say it's not your life, take a moment to think like, oh, maybe there's something that I need to change.
Sure.
Yeah, we need to be a solution for others.
Wow. Yeah. So wow, thank you for your time. Thank you for sharing your heart on heart-to-heart conversation. You know, having a beautiful conversation.
I truly appreciate it.
Wow, I've learned a lot. Sometimes we take things for granted. When we see people, we don't know where they're coming from. We see the good life and you're thinking that you've made it because you have everything, but we don't know how did you have these things, you know. So thank you so much. And wow, I hope you enjoyed this conversation like I did. I enjoyed it. And I'm having mental notes, you know, of how to deal with things, how to handle things. You know, sometimes we need to put our emotions aside, you know, and focus on what is ahead of us. And with you, that is right there, out there, make a decision. Stand on that decision. Look forward and fix your eyes to what is ahead of you and hold on to that hope. You know that because you have hope, there is God who can help you in whatever situation that you are in. And I always say that whatever situation that we are in is not there to harm us. It's not there to kill us.
True.
It's there to strengthen us. Because look at you now. You can talk about your journey because you know that now you have the strength.
Yes.
You know, and you have hope, you have faith in whatever that you're doing now currently. You know that you've been through this. So you're not going to fail now. So there are some lessons that we learn from our journey and are there to share with others so that others can also learn from us, you know. And this is what it's all about, to learn from each other, because we have different journeys, but we can relate to our journeys, you know. So thank you so much for your time. And I hope that you will share this video so that other people can also be motivated and inspired by our stories, you know, because each and every one of us, we have a story to tell. I don't think there's one person that doesn't have a story. We all have stories, but others, they don't know how to get out of the situation that they are in. But we are here to share the story so that you can relate and find a solution of how can you help yourself, you know. So with all that, thank you so much. And this is the end of this conversation. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share and like and comment so that we can read these messages and also he can see the messages that, you know what, my story helped someone. My story is there to heal someone. You know, sometimes it's very nice to hear the review. What happened, you know, when you were listening to the story, you know, how did you feel? So please share those stories as well under the comments, and we'll see you on the next video. Peace out.